Anita, are we going first? Okay, are we ready to go?
I think so.
Yay.
Carrie,
So excited for tonight, everyone. We're going to go through some exciting information. I'm going to turn it over to Anita. She's been putting slides together and information for us, and I don't want to keep us waiting for the excitement. Anita.
Actually, Carrie's going to take this. So
Carrie's going first.
You're
Yay.
off mute. Okay, am I off mute? Can someone give me a yes?
I can still hear you.
Okay. All right. I'm going to get going because Carrie might be having some technical difficulties. But, you know, we are here and we're super excited because Optavia is changing. You know, we have known or said Optavia correctly or incorrectly for a long time now, but now we are known as Trilivy. And we're going to go through and talk about some of the special things that are happening for you. Okay, so who did we invite to this Zoom? We invited our current clients, and we're going to let you know what's in store for you. Some past clients to know the new technology and new programs that are available to them. We have future clients, people who don't know about our program that are interested. We have some health enthusiasts, people who are at a healthy weight and maybe looking for a way to take their health to the next level. We have some GLP-1 users that are presently taking the medication and some that have taken it and are now ramping off. And we're here to provide them with some nutrition support and guidance. And of course, we have our current group of coaches and past coaches. So in the chat, we really want you to introduce yourself and let us know what coach invited you to today's Zoom, okay? So, you know, why the change to metabolic health, right? So we know that weight loss isn't the whole story, but for the past 40 years with the, you know, MetaFast started this company, and it was solely based on helping people lose weight. But we know that there's an epidemic in this world, and we have to get down to the root causes. So I'm going to go ahead and share this video with you. We'll help explain a little bit more.
We're living in a pattern our metabolism was never meant to endure. Morning coffee, midday productivity, 3 o'clock slump. More than 90% of U.S. adults battle metabolic dysfunction. Excess weight, brain fog, low energy, and other signals your metabolism needs a reset, silently slipping in through unhealthy food, chronic stress, poor sleep, and sedentary routines. What if we could rewrite the story? Design a life fueled by a healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. No more sitting on the sidelines or quiet guilt, hiding in family photos, and telling friends, maybe next time. You jump on new opportunities, repair your relationships, show up for your kids differently. Because weight is never the whole story, just the most visible one. Introducing Trilivy, a 3-phase metabolic health system with 3 powerful components. Targeted nutrition backed by decades of scientific rigor and clinical heritage. Human connection. In a world of automation and AI, our coaches help clients lose up to 10 times more weight and 17 times more fat. Habits of health. An evidence-based proprietary framework for creating better, lasting habits. Powered by metabolic synchronization, our breakthrough science that reverses metabolic dysfunction by bringing your body's energy use, fat burn, and muscle preservation into harmony, helping you look, feel, and live better. Trilivy is a uniquely comprehensive 3-phase approach to health ownership. Inspired by Trilogy, 3, and Vita and Via, meaning life and way. Because real change doesn't happen in one move. It happens in 3s. It's layered, dynamic, and multidimensional. A journey built for lifelong transformation through metabolic science and human connection. with no endpoint or straight line to success. Just a life of freedom.
Wow. Isn't that exciting? I love what we got going on here.
It is so exciting. So, we realize that weight loss is why most people come to us in the first place. But making that shift really to metabolic health is so important because, we used to only be able to talk about diabetes, cholesterol, blood pressure and insulin level. And I think that video does a great job at explaining what our metabolism does, but it controls so much more. We can now prove through our clinical studies that we can improve liver health, joint health and inflammation, musculoskeletal health, digestive health, mental well-being, PCOS and hormone imbalances. As a woman, as we age, we all, are reeling from hormones, and we can actually regulate them, get some healthy sleep, and, our overall quality of life improved. So, as a client, you might be asking, what's changing? Obviously, the name has changed, and we have a broader focus on metabolic health through our continued innovation and metabolic synchronization. We have some proprietary formulas called the MedAdvantage technology, which I'm going to go through in a minute. But, what's really not is the team that you trust and your coaching that's going to stand behind you, our commitment to science-backed care, human support every step of the way. And really our mission hasn't changed, to help people and achieve lasting transformation. Because we know that losing weight and getting healthy metabolically is just the first step. So in a clinical study, after 16 weeks, we know that clients are now losing 14% reduction in their visceral fat. And I think that's so important. I'm going to share a little video on what visceral fat and how important it is. But you're also preserving 98% lean muscle mass. And I think for so many people, we think of muscle as what's keeping us standing or what makes us strong. But in reality, our heart is a muscle. It helps pump the blood. It helps circulate nutrients. It helps generate heat for your body. Your muscle mass is so important. And if you're not actively preserving it or building it as you age, you're rapidly losing it. So in addition to being on program to, pump up your metabolism and heal it, every single client should be considering taking our EAAs, which are essential amino acids for muscle health. So with the support of a Trilivy coach, we know that clients experience 10 times greater weight loss and 17% or 17 times more fat reduction. So, you're not going alone. You have a coach by your side. And we really want to focus on habit formation and lifelong transformation and lifestyle changes. And I think that's where part of there was a disconnect before. When we just brought people through the weight loss stage, we didn't have a phase 2 and a phase 3 to bring them to a lifelong transformation. We instilled those habits, but now we have programs and products that are going to help support you through the reset, refine, and renew. And I'm going to just share this quick little video on visceral fat, and that is the fat that surrounds our organs. So if you're on this call and you're someone who's really carrying that weight in your midsection, this is a very important video for you to watch.
Visceral fat, the most dangerous fat in the human body, not because of how it looks, but because of where it lives. Visceral fat forms deep in the abdomen, wrapping around vital organs, the liver, pancreas, and intestines. Unlike fat under the skin, visceral fat is metabolically active. It releases inflammatory signals directly into circulation. It interferes with insulin signaling. It alters how the liver handles sugar and fat. Its effects spread far beyond the waistline. At first, the body compensates. Blood sugar stays controlled. Energy feels normal. Nothing feels wrong. But chemistry is changing. Inflammation rises quietly. Insulin resistance develops. Fat storage accelerates. The cycle reinforces itself. Stress worsens it. Cortisol favors storage in this exact region. Poor sleep amplifies the signal. Inactivity allows it to persist. Visceral fat is dangerous because of proximity. Its signals reach organs first, disrupting regulation before symptoms appear. The body responds quickly when the load decreases. Movement improves insulin sensitivity. Muscle increases demand. Sleep restores balance. Visceral fat is reduced before the scale changes. Visceral fat is not cosmetic. It is metabolic pressure. A reminder that some of the most serious risks are hidden deep inside the body, building silently long before they are seen.
So I don't know about you, but I want to get rid of some of that visceral fat. So, we talked about the new Metabolic technology, and really, our fuelings are now enhanced with 3 additional proprietary ingredients. You're still going to get 24 vitamins and minerals in our fuelings. They're still got prebiotics. They also have nothing artificial, no artificial flavorings, colorings, or preservatives. So when we talk about high protein and nutrient dense, yes, there's a lot of products on the market that promise high protein, but you're also getting added artificial flavorings and colorings and a lot of other things that you really don't need. So this new proprietary Metabolic technology includes postbiotics, which help nourish the gut, improve a healthy microbiome, and have shown to help reduce your waist circumference, again, targeting that visceral fat. Chromium picolinate, which helps body use insulin more efficiently, supporting healthy blood sugar levels and steadier energy throughout the day. And choline, which supports a healthy fat metabolism by helping your body process and transport fat while also supporting a healthy liver function. So I've been telling you all the great things that have been happening, but Optavia has been studying. This program is developed by scientists and doctors and nutritionists. And I'm going to let you hear from Tylena, who is part of one of the pilot groups.
So I actually just ran a half marathon. I was blown away by how good I felt. Hey, my name is Tylena Adudu, and I'm a member of the 3.0 pilot program. I was really discouraged leading up to the race because as I was practicing, I was like, there's no way that I'm going to finish it by the race cutoff time. And I was like, I'm not going to get my medal. Everybody's going to be shut down. And do you know that I actually finished the race 15 minutes before they shut the thing down? So that was so encouraging. I was actually really surprised by the level of energy I had during the runs, only because I had trained before the pilot program started. And at that point, I had no idea how to fuel my body. So I would try to run fasted, or I would try to do what everyone would do and like have a banana. And then 30 minutes into the run, I would be like on the side of the road. And so I noticed that by fueling the way that I had been with the fuelings, it was a game changer for sure. The results that I am the most proud of is the muscle mass. And that is one of the biggest differences that I saw, because I would have never tracked how much muscle I was sustaining or actually gaining, which is what I noticed through the program. At the Boston Marathon, there was an 82-year-old woman that ran there. I said, wait, I think that I'm gonna put that on my goals list. I wanna be an 82-year-old woman running. And that can only happen if I'm taking care of my metabolic health. I'm focusing on the long game, not just losing weight, but also building strength. That's really important to me. I wanna go into this next year just like peak Tylena.
Don't we all? I'm going to turn it over to Lindsay.
Oh, I love Tylena. She is so fun. There was another section too, where she just talks about that these fuelings they're great, right? So for those of you who've been around, you've tried them, they're awesome. But then she even is just talking about how they have only improved them even more. So I don't know about you guys, but I have coaches, we had a sneak peek and I was able to order some and they literally came today. So I've got my box sitting right next to me. I'm so excited to get to dig in. I know Anita said she's already been using them today. So some of you guys might be like, okay, well, where do I start? What do I do? Because now you're hearing there are such great opportunities for us to improve our health. This is just a tool. And so we have to lean into our coach, the person that invited you. So again, if you didn't yet put in the chat who invited you here, you want to make sure you know who it is that you would need to connect back to. You want to reach out to that person. And if you haven't already, ask for their metabolic scan. I know what I am asking clients to do is to complete a metabolic scan. It kind of gives them and myself a clear picture of your current reality. Where are you at now? Where is it that you want to go? I always say you don't know where you are going to go or where you can go until you know where you're at. So start with your current reality. And so if you haven't taken that metabolic scan, reach out to the person who invited you because they should have their own, or if they do not, their coach does. We have an amazing system of support and mentorship that we always can support each other in that way. So once we have your scan, it's going to give us a better idea of which program is right for you. So a lot of our clients will start with a reset plan, and that's our 5-in-1. You'll hear it called, and that's going to be very, simple. You're going to eat your 5 fuelings a day. You're going to eat your 1 lean and green, but not everyone is the best fit for 5-in-1. We have our 5-in-1 active, which honestly, I really encourage everyone to utilize the essential amino acids in our active plan. Everyone can use that whether you're working out or not. Once we hit 30, our muscle just, I don't know if those of you have noticed that. And so it's what just helps with our muscle rejuvenation to stay healthy. So we can include that. And then, of course, we have our 4 and 2, and even our GLP-1 support plans too. So as you are utilizing different tools and resources, your coaches can help you figure out which plan is best. And then the best part is that reset is just the first step. We have refine and we have renew, and we have fuelings for all of those categories. And so currently we have our ascend line through Optavia, but they will be continuing to develop more beyond just the Trilivy reset. And they will have some branded as refine and renew as well. And those are going to help you learn, how do I reincorporate all of my food groups back in? Because some of you might be thinking, okay, 5-in-1, like I can't do that forever. How do I get out of that? And so, we never want you to be in 5-in-1 jail. We call it. Some people put themselves in 5-in-1 jail because it's safe. It feels good. It feels, I only have to think about my 5 fuelings, my 1 lean and green. But we want to graduate you out of 5-in-1 and into optimal health, into long-term health, where you're incorporating all food groups. And so we have that transition process where we slowly reincorporate them. And I will tell you, that transition piece is so, so important. If there's any of you that have been on or on this Zoom right now, and you're like, yeah, I did plan. Yeah, I was successful. Yeah, it crept back up. Most of the time you can look back and you can say to yourself, did I transition properly? And if there were maybe some hiccups with the transition and properly bringing the food groups back in, properly retraining our metabolism on how to eat more and eat all of those right food groups. And then are we learning the long-term habits? 5-in-1 is our opportunity to learn those habits. And so we can then take those habits into long-term success. So anyway, we have the transition process that will teach us that. We want to track your metabolic markers, being able to see what is your fat percent, your muscle percent. And we've got, we recommend a scale for that. We'll talk more about that later. And so we want to make sure that you're tracking your measurements and all that beyond just weight. Weight is just one measure. And so we want you to engage in our Health Find communities. We have a Facebook group, and if you're not in there yet, connect with your coach once they get on the phone and figure out which plan's best. Whether you decide to get started or not, they'll get you into that Health Find Facebook group. So again, connect with them so they can get you in there. Even if you're not ready to place an order and actually get started, that's perfectly okay. I always say be a fly on the wall. Check it out. You can see recipes and other great, just inspiration and motivation within that group. And then within that group, post and share, and then even take that to your own page once you have a journey, as you're going through and you're seeing success. Most people are here because you were inspired. Someone inspired you. You saw someone, whether it was the person that invited you, maybe it was their friend, or it was someone else. And I love when I see the transition happen from someone coming to us because they're inspired, and then they become the inspiration. So you get to become the inspiration, and you get to share, and you get to change lives too. And if you're already out there on the 5-in-1, you're already doing it, you're like, I'm rocking and rolling, I'm eating my essentials, keep doing it. Keep doing the things. You will have access to the new Trilivy fuelings. And actually, a little birdie told me there are some available for current clients now. We had a little sneak peek opportunity to order them as coaches, but just a few hours ago, we learned that there are some available to clients. I'm not sure if they're limited availability, so get on there and order them now if you want to try them. But if you're on that 5-in-1, go ahead and incorporate them. You can mix and match and all that. We will kind of have both available until the Optavia line is gone. They'll just kind of slowly kind of integrate those out. There will be new fuelings that will come by November. We'll have a full product line. So keep checking back every month to see what is available and what's new. There are some changes coming, like we will, the Optavia app is going to be going away because we're not Optavia anymore. We're Trilivy. And so more to come on all of that. But in the meantime, we have an amazing client hub. It's a website. You can bookmark it. There's even a way that you can add that as like a widget to your screen. The bookmark, you can just click it right to it. Like basically looks like an app, but it opens an internet window. And within there, you can click and use what we call the Health Navigator. And really, it's ChatGPT that's specialized for Trilivy. It knows our plans. It knows how many condiments we can have. It knows exactly the right measurements. So you can just pop and ask a question in there any point in time. So when you're awake for some crazy reason, 4 a.m. doing an early morning workout and you have a question, you can pop the question right into the chat instead of dinging your coach's phone. Your coaches are happy to help you, but Navigator's awake 24/7, so you can pop the question in there anytime. So continue to lean into your coach for support and encouragement. We are coaches that are here for you. We're here to support you every step of the way. And I think that's the beautiful thing. Trilivy's kind of line right now is about being, our coaches are like our superpower. Human connection is what's important. Do you want to go to the next slide, Anita? Okay. So I also just want to touch on this part here. We talked about community and sharing, so I just want you guys all to be aware as well. There is always the opportunity to become a part of this coaching community. What you find is as you are successful, you build your own confidence, people start asking, you have the accountability of staying healthy yourself, people want to join you, and there becomes that opportunity that you can create some financial security by just helping your friends and family get healthy. And I know for me, when I first started, I had that misconception of it's going to be expensive. I don't know if I can afford it. And so I think it's important for you to ask yourself, what is it more expensive than? Is it more expensive than the food that you throw out of your refrigerator on garbage day? I don't know about you, tonight's garbage night, so I got to go through the refrigerator and figure out what all I didn't eat that needs tossed out. Is it more expensive than the snacks that you buy, the lunches you buy? Is it more expensive than being able to invest in your health, in your future? We all saw that video about the actual visceral fat on our organs, and we can't see that. And that is what this is about. This isn't about the weight on the scale. This is about true long-term transformation in health. And so investing in yourself is the opportunity to be around for generations to come. But if you're thinking, well, gosh, I just don't know how I can make that work, first figure out your budget, figure out where you at currently. Do you have anything that you can kind of set aside for right now? So some of those stops at the gas station or eating out things. Sometimes it's just pausing Netflix for a moment. Sometimes it's having a garage sale and selling some things so you can get your first kit. We've heard of actually many coaches that have done that. And sometimes it's actually deciding to pay it forward. And then you can actually get paid to get healthy. And my mom's on here. We kind of do this as a family thing. And she always says, being a health coach is really like bringing in our own health insurance. So I won't touch on that or stay here too long, but I just want you all to know coaching is an opportunity. If you are at all curious in learning about that, there is a Zoom tomorrow night. And the link there, introducing Trilivy.com, is you can screenshot and then you can just click on that link and you can join it tomorrow at 7 Central, 8 Eastern.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're as excited as I am. Is Carrie going to speak? Does Carrie have anything to add?
Well, earlier I was,
Yes.
I didn't realize I was muted, so I wasn't able to share. But let me go ahead and just talk about our special offer. I know some of you might already be using the metabolic scale, and honestly, after coaching for 9 years, it is a game changer. And as we talked about, this is so much more than the number on the scale about weight loss. Yes, the weight loss is going to come, but what is underneath there? What is hiding in our body that is holding us back from living the life that we want? Are we living on the sidelines? And we can find that out. Yes, your doctor can do a physical and tell you your numbers, blood pressure and cholesterol and all those things. But this dives in and tells us how are we doing with our visceral fat, and like Lindsay had mentioned, and where are we at with our bone mass and our BMI. So there's 13 markers that you're going to get with the Renfro scale. Again, I love it. And we are presenting a special offer just for you that are on this call. Now, if you have a friend and you want to bring them on, we already talked about community. We want you to bring your friends and family along in this community. What that does for you is it cements your own health journey and helps you get there, helps you get to the finish line so that you can do our next phases of our program. So then the Renfro scale is available. You would need to place a normal 20 box order, which is our full supply of our meals for the 28-day shipping cycle that we're on with Trilivy. I said it right, Trilivy. But you don't want to wait. So you want to get your order placed, your full premier order by next Wednesday. So you have 1 week to talk about it, see who you're going to bring on this journey with you. While supplies last, you're going to have this option. So really encourage you to, I already had a brand new client say yes today. She's excited. And the scale is going to be arriving to her tomorrow. So reach out to your coach if you say, yes, I'm going to be starting program with along with all of us. And then don't forget, we have this amazing referral program. And this is coming from Trilivy. This is not coming from your coach. Trilivy is offering every client on our program an opportunity to bring your friends and family along and get a $50 account credit towards your next order. So this is the time to act. Your link for your referral credit is on your account, your homepage. Just if you're struggling with where to find it, go ahead and let your coach know. But these two things are available to you right away. We want to help link arms with you and for you to link arms with your friends and family to create that community. So I think that's all we have for slides. Am I right? Yes. Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Anita.
Okay. Well, I'm going to stop share so I can see all your beautiful faces. And we're just going to open it up for some questions and answers. I had my screen share on, so I haven't been monitoring the chat, but feel free to come off of mute or raise your hand, and we'll answer any question that you have. Maybe you want to know a little bit more about what fueling's available, or what you should do with your essential line that you have, or your favorite fuelings, and whatever questions we can answer. Lindsay, Carrie, Cindy, and myself, we were all at convention in Orlando last week. We're sporting our shirts. Yes, the Client Hub is going to be amazing. And all of you should be in the event page. So tomorrow night Zoom, we'll send the link in there. We'll send a link to the Client Hub for you to use. And like Lindsay mentioned, that navigator, game changer, right?
See, I'm like a huge Chat GPT fan anyway. So then I'm like, whoa. And now it's literally programmed to this plan. And I'm like, all for it.
Absolutely. Who's got questions for us? You know what no questions means? No questions mean we did an amazing job. Right. We did an amazing job. I'm just going to go with that.
Yes, we will provide the URL to the Client Hub. We'll actually just go ahead and post it right in that Facebook group. And then you'll have access to kind of take a look at it. Tracy, I see you raising your hand there.
Hey, so where do we get the navigator? Is it in the the App Store? Because I kind of tried to
So the
find it and I couldn't
navigator
find it.
is ChatGPT. So when you click on the link through the client hub, it will
Okay.
have you download the ChatGPT app. And then
Okay.
it's basically just within ChatGPT, there's a little kind of special chat, if you will, and it says like Metabolic Health Navigator, I think. And you can pin it right there, and then you always just click on that one and start your chat
Okay.
through that one. And then it kind of moves it over into like you can continue the chat conversation.
Okay.
And, through time, we'll share even in Healthline some great prompts and stuff. There actually was someone that just shared a prompt that they used in the Health Navigator to make it be their like daily tracker, because as
I
you
saw
mentioned, or
that.
as I
It's
mentioned,
very
and you
cool.
might have heard, the app
Yeah.
is going away. And so in the meantime, you're like, oh, how do I track my fuelings? Eatwise is a great option, using MyFitnessPal, or someone figured out a chat GPT prompt and it'll just remember your daily where you're at, and you just put it in the same ongoing thread, and you just keep that thread. And you can always start new threads outside of that one, but that's just your tracker thread. So that was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you already have a ChatGPT account, it asks you to log in, and then it links the two.
Yep.
I would like that visceral fat video emailed to me, because the next time I want to eat, I'm going to watch that before I put anything in my mouth. That was disgusting.
I need to be like a screensaver, like right on the background, just to always be playing all the time.
It is true, and so many times we think of fat as an inert object that's making us feel uncomfortable. Well, in reality, it is sending those inflammation markers. It is regulating the insulin. It is adjusting your hormones. It is your metabolism is how your body processes food for energy. And when it's done inefficiently, it just keeps storing it as fat. And then fat is sending those markers. And like they said, it's the proximity to your organs that's the danger. And all of us are looking for life and longevity. Because at the end of the day, Deb, if chocolate cake versus living longer, that why has to connect, right? We have to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. And we're not doing it to fit in a size 10 jeans, right? Because the chocolate cake's going to win every time. But if your why is to live a longer, healthier life so you can play with your grandchildren, so you can get off the floor, so you can live a longer, more vibrant life, that's what we're here for. And that's what Trilivy is all about. And that's, I hope, the message that is communicated.
I just answered the question in the chat. Joan, you asked if the client hub will be adding like a food log option. I don't foresee anything, at least not yet, especially in that, because that's not like a log in that saves your profile and it can be kind of updated as you go. It's just a website. So at some point, I would think that they will come up with another great option that they had, but it's just not current right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. So anything that is dropped right now, just know this is our phase 1. So apps will be enhanced, resources will be enhanced, videos will be enhanced. They're just going to keep adding and adding and adding. So getting in now on the ground floor is so crucial. And again, people who are already used to the 5-in-1, there's really, the structure of the program has not changed, just how effective is what's changed. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah. Any other questions we can answer? Again, if you haven't already, please put who invited you to the Zoom in the chat, just so that way we can always kind of go back through. If someone does have a question, we can make sure to connect, get your metabolic scan. Again, your coach would place your first order for you if you decide to get started. And either way, we want to get you in Healthline. So that's important. If you're not in there yet, we want to get you in there. Hi, Deborah. I see your hand up. Come on, you can come off mute.
Hello. I had a question. Meta Advantage. I did get my items today, and I looked at the ingredient labels, and I noticed they're like healthier. So like the percentage of fat is less, the cholesterol was less, the sugars were less, proteins were the same. So I was just super excited to see that. I even took a picture
Isn't
of
it awesome? I mean, literally, they have just continued to use the science and just improve, improve, improve. And so we have now the Medifast Metabolic Health Institute. Medifast is like our parent company, and they are investing so much in the science. And one thing I really want to just clarify too is it's not just science. It's not just we did studies. These are peer-reviewed, like medical doctor backed studies. And so it's just we had such a great team behind us to create this proprietary ingredients, meaning no one else has it. You can't go and get those three ingredients that Anita mentioned anywhere else. They are solely Trilivy's. We knew someone was going to say it wrong. Okay. I'm looking to see if there's any other questions in the chat. Someone's hoping for the cinnamon sticks. There are cinnamon pretzels. Those will be coming. Um, okay. So just a reminder, if you would like to place an order for 20 boxes, and even if you've been ordering, but you're like, I've been ordering onesie twosies, but I really want to just get back at it and do it, and you're placing a full 20 box order, reach out to your coach. You might also be eligible for the metabolic scale if you don't have one. We want to make sure everybody gets that in hand. And again, if you're not on plan at all yet, we want to get you started. So that offer for the scale is through next week. I think we kind of did a week from today. So that would be the 29th. Just let your coach know that you're ready to get started. They place that order for you, and they kind of get you going from there.
Anybody have any questions on the referral program?
Touch on that again.
So before we leave tonight, I just want to challenge each and every one of you who has done the 5-in-1 or is currently on the 5-in-1. Like Lindsay said, most of us have come to program. We have a large mission to accomplish, and we can't do it alone. So if there is something that this program has given back to you, whether it's less inflammation, more energy, whatever it is, I just ask you, post that on your Facebook page. You don't have to have a picture. I know some people are so, private, and I get that. You don't have to share a picture, right? Just share what it's doing for you and give somebody else hope. Someone out there is asking for an answer that we have. And this, like I said, this mission is too great for us to do it alone. We need everyone to bring their family and friends along to create that community of health. Because friends, 9 out of 10 people have metabolic dysfunction. And the scary part is they don't even know it, right? They may be carrying extra 20 pounds, but not sleeping well or have low energy. They're so sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they don't understand why. They've tried everything. But guess what? When we boil it down, proper nutrition, exercise, fueling properly, drinking water, getting enough sleep, all of those things are the habits that we need to continue for lifelong transformation. And that is what the basis of our program and what we're going to teach. So I just encourage you, share it on your timeline, tag your coach, use that referral system. And if you're at least a bit curious about what we do and what we're creating here, get on tomorrow night's Zoom. And like Lindsay said, be a fly on the wall. Just listen. It may or may not be for you, but it may be for someone you know. So.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yes, Dee, the skill is pretty easy to use. I set it up. So if I can set it up, anybody can set it up. All right. Thanks for being on. We're so glad you're here, and reach out to your coach if we can assist you in any way. Thank you.
Thank you,
Have
everyone.
a good night.
Thank you.